Alright, thank you so much. My name is Mr. Jake. Today we are going to continue our OET reading part B, test 1, the last 2 questions. If today is your first time, I will still recommend the previous videos for you to go and watch. Subscribe, share the videos, and like the videos. Thank you. My name is Mr. Jake. Be a lawyer member. Always try to watch my videos and promote my videos. Let's go to the quiet room and solve the questions on the whiteboard. OET reading part B, the last 2 questions for test 1. Thank you. Once again, my name is Mr. Jake.
Question number 5. The purpose of this email to practitioners about infection control obligations is to... Alright, so let's go to the extract or the email. Email from Dental Board of Australia. Dear practitioner, you may be aware of the recent media and public interest in standards of infection control in dental practice. As regulators of the profession, we are concerned that there has been doubt among registered dental practitioners about these essential standards. Registered dental practitioners must comply with the National Board's guidelines on infection control. The guidelines list the reference material that you must have access to and comply with, including the National Health and Medical Research Council's guidelines for the prevention and control of infection in healthcare. We believe that most dental practitioners consistently comply with these guidelines and implement appropriate infection control protocols. However, the consequences for non-compliance with appropriate infection control measures will be significant for you and also for your patients and the community. So now pause and think about the email. Okay, from the question, what are we looking for? The purpose of the email. Okay, so we are looking for the general idea of the email or the main focus of the email. You understand? Something that the email wants to deliver. So is it about recommendations? Is it about telling people something that already exists? Is it also about accusing people, or let's say warning people, or serving as a precautions? So all these things matters. All right, to solve this puzzle you need to analyze the paragraphs. Okay, so the first one, I can say we are introducing the main concern or the issues. Okay, and that is what public interest in what standards of infection control in dental practice. That is what we are concerned about. And the second paragraph is also giving us a reference material. Okay, list the reference material. Okay, so it's like providing us where we can find the protocols guidelines. Okay, so that's National Health and Medical Research Councils. Okay, so that is where you can find the guidelines for the prevention and control of infection in healthcare. So this one is just like providing us information on the materials. Okay, then the last one, the last paragraph, okay, talks about we believe that. So it's like it's reinstating that practitioners are doing the right thing. Okay, and if they don't go by the right thing, or like if they become non-compliant, okay, it can be dangerous, okay, to them and also the patients and the community. All right, for purpose of examination and better understanding, anytime you finish reading your extract, think about it before you go to the options. When you look at it carefully, the purpose of this email is not to sound any kind of warning, but to help people to remember something. Because when you look at this one carefully, you may be aware of. It means when you're communicating with someone and you just start by, you should be aware of something, you are helping the person to remember something. Okay, so the last part here, we believe that most dental practitioners consistently comply. This is trying to tell us that there's no accusation anyway. It is rather reinforcing, okay, telling us that people are still doing the right thing. So they just want to remind us that if people deviate from doing the right thing, it can lead to consequences. Okay, so this email is not accusing anyone. However, it is rather telling people to keep doing what is existing. All right, so it is helping people to remember something that exists, which is this reference, and they should follow it. The purpose of the email to practitioners about infection control obligations is to A. Act as a reminder of their obligations. Is it helping people to remember something that they need to do? B. Respond to a specific query they have raised. Is there any query which there's a need for them to respond to? Okay. I don't see the email performing that action over here. Then C. Announce a change in regulations affecting them. When you look at the email carefully, is it presenting any form of changes or amendments in the existing policies? I don't think that was provided. So the best option among the three is question number 6. The results of the study described in the memo may explain why. So now let's go to the memo. Memo to staff, women and dementia. Please read this extract from a recent research paper. Women's superior verbal skills could work against them when it comes to recognizing Alzheimer's disease. A new study looked at more than 1,300 men and women divided into 3 groups. One group comprised patients with amnestic mild cognitive impairment. The second group included patients with Alzheimer's dementia, and the final group included healthy controls. The researchers measured glucose metabolic rates with PET scans. Participants were then given immediate and delayed verbal recall tests. Women with either no, mild, or moderate problems performed better than men on the verbal memory test. There was no difference in those with advanced Alzheimer's. Because verbal memory scores are used for diagnosing Alzheimer's, some women may be further along in their disease before they are diagnosed. This suggests the need to have an increased index of suspicion when evaluating women with memory problems. After reading this extract, you need to pause and think about it carefully, okay? We have women and dementia, okay? And we are looking for the results of this research, okay? And every research, we have a way of conducting it. So the first paragraph talks about the way it was conducted, okay? The methodology. Now, the second paragraph talks about findings, okay? And in the question, we are looking for the results of the research. So possibly the findings over here, which has been interpreted over here, which is the final verdict, which is the result, okay? Will help you get the answer right. Now let's start with the findings. Women with either no, mild, or moderate problems performed better than men on the verbal memory test. There was no difference in those with advanced Alzheimer's. So they are trying to say that already here, women's superior verbal skills, they have these superior verbal skills. So naturally, they have these skills which will help them to surpass their counterpart, which are men. They will definitely perform better. So if such people will perform better even when they are sick or they are not sick, it means they will lose the opportunity to be diagnosed when they have mild Alzheimer. Okay, so here it is written, because verbal memory scores are used for diagnosing Alzheimer's, some women may be further along in their disease before they are diagnosed. If you put it in your own words, in conclusion, they are trying to say that because this memory test, women have superior verbal skills. Okay, some of them have to be advanced in their condition before practitioners can diagnose them. Number 6. The results of the study described in the memo may explain why. A. Superior communication skills may protect women from dementia. Are we talking about their communication skills that protects them from the disease? No. B. Female dementia sufferers have better verbal skills. Did we talk about female dementia sufferers?
who have better skills, I think this information was not given. Then C, mild dementia in women can remain undiagnosed. So I think this is more likely because they said here um, they need to, some women may be further along in their disease before they are diagnosed. Also referring to the fact that when they have mild dementia, it will be hard unless they are advanced before you can diagnose. So if you have mild, you may be undiagnosed. The best option is C. All right, thank you for your time. My name is Mr. Jake. Remain a loyal member and let's form strong community. Bye bye.